Howdy, this is Pell Ryder, and I'm back with my final episode in my tutorials on EnderIO. Um, I know I said in the past that I was going to do this final one, which is about setting up a mob grinder using only EnderIO parts. I said that I was going to do it in survival mode over at my base, but circumstances made it so that I can't do that. So I'm going to do it in creative. Well, I already have done it in creative. Um, I did this already because it was a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be, trying to figure out how to do it um, and testing it. So what I'm going to do is show you how I set it up and why I set it up the way I did. And I'm going to show you a better way to do it after that. I did a separate one over here. And the reason why that one's better. Okay, so first of all, there are three main components in here, which are the grinder itself, which is the spawner, and this Killer Joe, and then a way to collect the drops, which is this vacuum chest. I went over the vacuum chest over there somewhere. Oop. But I haven't even, I don't think I've even, I don't need to close up my door. I don't think I've even touched on the Killer Joe or the powered spawners yet. Let me get into the Killer Joe first. All right, well, the Killer Joe is like the turtle. Let me double check in here. What am I doing? Type down here. I'm not even sure what mod turtle's in. There we go. They are computer craft. This is pretty much like that, except for you don't have to program it like you do the turtles. In, I think it's either Buildcraft or Factory Reloaded, Mine Factory Reloaded, that they have grinders. Those are set up a little bit different, and also in Draconic Evolution they have grinders also. This is more like the turtles, but it's a little easier to use, although it needs power, and it's powered by nutrient distillation, which is a fluid that comes with EnderIO. You make that in the vats, which I have one set up over here. If you go into the recipes, I'll show it right here. Nutrient distillation, which is one of these objects on the left, one of the objects on the right, and water. The objects on the left, you need, well, the easiest way to get any of these is using a grinder also. That's why I have the two spawners in there. I'll show you that in a minute. And then the second side is the sugar cane. You can set this up a couple different ways. You just have to set up a farm to get either mushrooms. Fermented spider eyes are a little more difficult, but okay, mushrooms, warts, nether warts, or sugar. To me, the sugar was the easiest thing, so I set up a cane farm here using the EnderIO farming station. I just set this up with an octadic capacitor so that it's 15 by 15. You have to have water between each row. So, 2 rows then water, 2 rows then water, which kind of cuts out down on the space a little bit. I think netherworts might be a better option in this matter. In this case, I'm not sure about that though. You could try it both ways. I didn't try the netherworts yet, but I think I'm going to try it if I do this any other time. Um, Also, to change the sugar cane into sugar, you have to use the crafting station or the crafter. You just set this up. You don't really need the octadic capacitor. I think it'll craft it fast enough. You just put a sugar cane in this side over here, and it'll automatically make sugar anytime any sugar or any sugar cane's harvested. So it gets the sugar cane and puts it into here. Also, this is connected to that top spawner in there is a zombie spawner. And I filtered out just brains, rotten flesh, zombie heads, enderman heads, and raw chicken. Raw chicken because sometimes you get the zombie babies on the chickens. So all that stuff will come out of this chest, which is the drop chest. I have this set up for enderman. You can set it up for anything you want. The enderman's on the bottom, zombies on top. I got to set it up for enderman so I can get ender pearls. So all those drops will come in here, and anything good that'll run the vat over there will get filtered out into the vat. And also the vat needs water, so I just put this reservoir right next to it. So yeah, if you look in here, all three of your ingredients, your water, the left ingredient and the right ingredient all come into here, and then it gets made, and then it turns it into the nutrient distillation. That gets pumped back into both of the Killer Joes, that side and this side. Okay. Now for, one other thing with the Killer Joes is it also will suck up all the experience orbs from the mobs as they get killed in here, and it just stores them in here. It'll show you how many levels. That 0 right now will change to however many levels you have, and you can take them out by clicking on one of these two. 1 level at a time with the first button, and 10 levels at a time with the second button. So now let's get to the spawners. Okay, yeah, like I said before, I got 2 spawners here. This is the main spawner, Enderman. You can change this to whatever type of drops you are looking for. In this case, like I said, I was wanting the Ender Pearls. Okay, this is the main one, the Enderman, and the zombie one is just to run the nutrient distillation, to get the ingredients for the nutrient distillation. Okay, so now to show you how to make these spawners. Okay, to set up your spawner, you're going to need 3 things. You're going to need an empty powered spawner, a broken spawner, and a soul vial with the mob of your choice in it. The broken spawners you can find anywhere. They're in dungeons or whatever. They're just regular spawners that you find. If you've ever played in any mod pack that has EnderIO in it, you'll notice that once you break a spawner, you'll get these broken spawners. Depending on what type of mob that you want in your spawner, you might have to change the mob that's in there. Like in this case, I have a spider spawner, a cave spider spawner, broken spawner. I want it to be an Enderman spawner, so I'm going to put an Enderman in it. With these 2 spawners, that top one is a zombie spawner. Zombie spawners are pretty common. You can find those pretty much, and then you can skip this step with that if you find a broken spawner that already has a zombie in it. This first step is to put the mob of your choice in the spawner. You have to make a soul vial and go and catch a mob with it, and that's pretty easy. It's just like a safari net or a golden lasso. You find the mob, and then you grab them like that. So I grabbed that one already. Let me get rid of that. I don't need it. I have one already. So then you need to go to your soul binder. With the soul binder, you put in the broken spawner and the soul vial with the mob in it, and 15 levels, and it cooks it up. And it takes a little while, so I'll be back when it's done. All right, looks like it's done. So let's grab that. Now you had an empty soul vial with an Enderman spawner, a broken spawner. Okay, now to combine that with the powered spawner, you need to take it to a very damaged steel, dark steel anvil. Wow, that thing is going to break pretty soon. Okay, so put the powered spawner, empty powered spawner, and the broken spawner with the Enderman with 30 levels, and you get a powered Enderman spawner. All right, so that's how you make it. I made one of those and a zombie spawner for here, and that's pretty much it. Now when they spawn, also these vacuum chests will pick up all the drops, and I have all the piping underneath here. I just ran a backbone here of fluid, energy, and items. Run those the length this way and the length this way, all the way to under the vat, and then the ones that I needed for other items, I ran to them that way. And also the lighting, like, oh yeah, that's for the top spawner. Yeah, the top spawner. Let me put this in my hand so you can see this. So I do have lights up here. I use the EnderIO lights with EnderIO insulated redstone conduits, which seem to work really good with the EnderIO lights. They don't. I tried this before using redstone lamps, and sometimes they detach from them, which really sucks. And see, and then I also have the energy going down to that spawner. Also the energy going under to the other spawner. That's why I have these facades here. You notice I have a facade up there too. Oh, great. All right, let me close this up. And turn it on. This is the one thing that I don't like about this, is I really wanted to do this completely with EnderIO parts. Well, except for the structure itself, but I couldn't do it using EnderIO generators. The zombie generator, combustion generator, and the Stirling generators are way too slow to run all this stuff. Even combining them with like 8 of them, I tried putting 8 of them together and it didn't work. It just was way too slow. I mean, it took forever for anything to spawn. Best thing to do is get a big power source like a reactor with a big storage system like the ones from Draconic Evolution, and hook them together and hook it to that. For now, I'm going to use this vibrant capacitor bank, and it runs pretty freaking good. Okay, the reason why I have this one over here is because this one actually, like I said, it runs pretty good, but It is not efficient at all. I love the way these Killer Joes work. I am going to use these in the future by setting up my farm or whatever. I think they work really good. The way that they store you can see the XP going in right there. The way they store the XP is really cool. You can put almost any sword in it that you want. It won't use Tinker swords. I tried that. That's why I have a Tinker's table over here, if you notice. It won't use Tinker stuff, but I used the EnderIO sword, and I fully enchanted it too with Sharpness 5, Looting 3, and Unbreaking 3, so that I can get more drops. That's the main purpose of this, is to get these Ender Pearls. Okay, I'm gonna show you over here, but let me turn this off. A more efficient way to do this. Instead of using the EnderIO spawners, I used a Mine Factory Reloaded auto spawner. Let's go under here, you can see it. Yeah. Yes, Mine Factory Reloaded auto spawner. It uses less energy to run. No, excuse me, and it's a lot more efficient. Okay, for this purpose here, I am just going to use these portable tanks to run the nutrient distillation, so I don't have to completely hook up a farm, and I got a portable tank down here for Mob Essence. That's the only bad thing about using the Mine Factory Reloaded auto spawner, is that you need to have Mob Essence. But I'm going to show you real quick a way to set up Mob Essence. Be right back. All right, I'm above my base. My base is down there, and this is my spawner setup at my base. This is basically my main spawner. Not set up the one like the one over there, but I'm probably going to set it up that way. This is my auto spawner with skeleton. Pretty sure this is wither skellies in it, and the only thing that runs this way. Oh, if you look under here, the only pipes that I even have going to it are right there in the middle. Dang it, I can't get to it from this direction. Okay, there's my auto spawner. I have energy going into it. I have redstone going into it, and I have fluid going into it. It needs energy to run, and it needs fluid. And the redstone is just to turn it off and on. To get the energy, well, I have this right here, this dimensional transceiver, which goes to, can't even see it from up here. There it is. Whoa. That's a Draconic Evolution storage system, energy core, that holds 9.88 billion RF. So that's pretty cool. Let me get back up there real quick. I have a cursed earth spawner here, which needs no electricity to spawn anything. No energy, no fluids, no anything. It just naturally spawns things when I turn this light off. And it spawns things pretty quick sometimes. Okay, turn that back on. I have vacuum chests and sewers in there to pick up any drops and to pick up any mob essence. The mob essence that I get pumped up to this. Actually, it gets pumped into some tanks over here, and then gets pumped up into there. So I can fill all these tanks up and then run that thing for quite a while. And that's all you really need to get mob essence. It's not really complicated. It could be a lot less complicated than I have it here. Okay, to show you the difference between the auto spawner and the EnderIO powered spawners, I've got this little test here. I emptied out all the Killer Joes of the XP, and I emptied out the drop chests here and the drop chests over here. I got 3 drop chests over here because this thing seems to drop a lot in some of my other tests. So I have this capacitor bank. It's a regular EnderIO capacitor bank, 5 million RF. I'm going to put 1 on this spawner and 1 on this spawner. I'm going to let both of those run down. This one's going to go pretty fast. If you look at it, it's draining around minus 8,000 RF per tick, and this one's only doing around 600 RF per tick. So this one's going to go pretty fast. So I'll be back when they're both done and show you the differences between them. Alright, I'm back and it's done. Okay, this one with the EnderIO powered spawners took less than a minute to drain 5 million RF. This one took a good 10 minutes, if not more, to drain it. This is all the drops that I got out of this one. I think I got some zombie flesh and stuff too, but only 8 ender pearls. That's the whole purpose of this, is to get the ender pearls. Only 8 ender pearls out of 5 million RF. On the other hand, this one gave me a crap load. I'm not even sure how many. Here, let me count that. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24, 25, 26, 27 and a half stacks. Even at 10 minutes, that's 2 stacks per minute. Over 2 stacks per minute. That's crazy. This is by far more efficient when it comes to drops. Let me check the 22 levels. I know this one's way less than that. 6. 22 levels on that. Let me check the backside. 18 there and 5 there. So, in conclusion, the auto spawner is a hell of a lot better when it comes to drops or XP. XPs also can be turned into mob essence, so even for mob essence, it's going to be a lot better using this system. You have to use something else to get the mob essence than the Killer Joe, though, because the Killer Joe only gives you XP. Alright, well, in the end, I guess it's something you have to play with yourself. For your own preferences, how you really want things to work, how much trouble you want to go through to make it, how many resources you have. So there's a lot of factors, and you can come up with your own plan. Let me get here and whoa. So that's the end of this tutorial. Not just the episode, but the whole tutorial. If EnderIO comes out with any major changes, I'll come back with an update in the future. If not, I'm hoping to have some other tutorials real soon. I'm not sure exactly which mods yet. I'm working that out, trying to find some obscure mods that nobody has used a whole lot of yet. The last 2 that I've done are pretty common, and I like to do things that are uncommon. I'm pretty much a nonconformist and like to be different and do things different. So we'll see you the next time. Adios.